I speak for the forgotten. I speak for the overlooked, the undersized, the laughed at, the slept on, the unappreciated, the no stars, the undrafted, the run of the litter. I speak for the Bartlett Panthers, the Cordova Wolves, the over.
What's up, everybody? This is your man, Coach Shabazz, here with SHAPODCAST, episode 12. This is actually episode 12. I'm not gonna lie. A few episodes back, I got a little, wasn't really sure exactly which number it was because I got them, got a little mixed up and lost track of what number I was on because I was just so excited to be really continuing to do this. And hell, man, just lost track. So I appreciate everybody who has subscribed. I appreciate everybody who watched these freaking episodes, man. I love it. I appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea what it does for me, what it does for my family. First, before I begin to get into our topic for today, shout out to our sponsors, R&Beef Dogs, my man Keith Cannon, greatest food truck in the entire city of Memphis. Also, shout out to A Natural Affair owner, Keisha Berry Brooks. She is actually about to open up her third natural hair salon location in the tri-state area. I believe she's about to open the next one up in South Haven, Mississippi. And just shout out to everybody who continues to watch these episodes. Shout out to everybody who trusts me to train them. Shout out to Mace. Shout out to FACS. Shout out to East. And we're gonna keep it rolling from there, man. Thanks again, everybody who comes here, who trains with Coach Shabazz. Thanks for everybody who's listening. As you can tell, I'm pretty grateful today. We're back in the saddle. Took a week off last week. Had a birthday last week. It was pretty laid back. Appreciate everybody for all the birthday shout outs. My wife got me this dope iPad so I don't walk around looking like a lame with a notebook. My pretty girl, my baby girl, she got me a birthday card. My mom and my mom is a twin. My auntie Dale, they got me this gigantic balloon. Oh man, one of my kids, Malcolm Dandridge, man, the boy put my shoe game on. Come on, man. So appreciate everybody for celebrating my birthday with me. All right, so today, actually over the last couple of weeks, I've been taking questions from followers, anybody who just reached out through my Instagram, through my email, and people who have been watching, people who've been kind of following me throughout the years. And I've got a ton of questions, and I'm actually going to address some of them. Some of them are pretty interesting. Some of them are quite intriguing. Some of them might piss you off. Some of them might make you smile. Some of them might make you cry. But just stay with me because this is really kind of going along with my journey here as not only a strength coach, a private trainer, a speaker, but I have come across a lot of really interesting and incredible people through my journey as a strength and conditioning coach and as the owner of Shabazz Fitness. There have been some disappointments there, but it's been mostly just eye-opening, heart-flipping, just really tear-jerking, emotional moments, man. So many moments that I'm proud of. But a lot of questions have come up. Coach Shabazz, what about this? Coach Shabazz, what is it like to do this? Coach Shabazz, you met LeBron James. Coach Shabazz, you've been training in NLE forever. Blah, 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 blah. So what I want to do is I want to tap into a lot of these questions that were sent in and just stay with me because a lot of these may pertain to you. You may get a lot out of these questions. And hopefully, I know I did because I get to just tell a little bit of the story along the journey of owning my own business, owning my own training business. And just like I said, a lot of the people that I've met over the years, a lot of people that I've helped over the years. Question number one that came right off to the top of the list. What is it like to train NBA players? Okay, I don't want to take a lot of time with this question, but it's really a great one because a lot of people who have followed me over the years know that I have literally helped so many people reach their NBA dream, whether it's on accident, whether it is a goal that they had and we were able to reach it, whether it was a kid who was in the league before, was kicked out of the league, so to speak, and fought their way back to the league. Cameron Payne's story jumped right off to the top of my head. Shout out to Cam. New York Knicks doing well. I met Cam when he was a junior in high school, getting ready for his senior year. Cam was just like most basketball players in high school. They do not want to lift weights. They don't want to get in the weight room because everybody has always heard, every basketball coach, every basketball trainer has told kids, don't lift weights. It messes with your shot. It stunts your growth and all this other bullshit. Cam was no different. So what intrigued Cam with me was the fact that I got him in the weight room, I got him on the track. And what he saw was a lot of the stuff that we were doing was different than a lot of the strength training that he had seen. Every time someone thinks lift weights, they think, I gotta get big, get swole, get jacked, get bulky, get buff, all this stuff. They think squat, they think heavy bench. Every person has that, that stigma in the back of their mind of getting just big and bulky because I want to lift weights. No, you lift weights based off your performance. And the thing about Cam was, when Cam understood one principle. So, Coach Shabazz, if I do this with you, I'm gonna be dunking on everybody when I feel like it. And that was the thing that kind of intrigued Cam, and I was like, my boy, yes, this whole thing, this training is not just to get big, but to get you more explosive, way faster, way more bouncy, etc. He was in. From that point on, Cam came to me every offseason when he was at Murray State. Cam came to me a week before he went to draft prep. He came to me right before the NBA draft. Every offseason after his rookie year, he came to me to come and train in the offseason. He went through a transition period when he was with the Chicago Bulls. He actually came to me in his boot as he's getting ready to transition from being injured to try to get back into the league. So, but one big thing about Cam, the coolest part about our journey together. A lot of people know the story. Cameron Payne, who was drafted by the Oklahoma City Thunder, traded to Chicago Bulls, traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers, traded to Toronto Raptors, out of the league for a moment, went to China, had to walk the streets of China to get to his team, to his hotel, played a short while, came back to the States. Cam called me, this is around summer of 2020. Now, what's going on in summer 2020? Everything's shut down, right? But I had my own private practice, so I was very, very careful with the way we trained. Cam was also doing some open gym type of stuff to make sure he stayed sharp on his basketball skills. Cam came to me and said, Coach, I got to get back into the league. I said, baby boy, say no more. Let's get to work. It was just the two of us. It was his brother TJ. It was his cousin Tay. Just the four of us in the gym, and we going hard. Working on his quickness, working on his speed, working on his strength, working on his agility, working on his vertical jump. Every bit of athleticism with Cam we worked on. All of a sudden, my boy gets a call from the Phoenix Suns. Monty Williams was coach at the time. They were about to enter the NBA bubble. Coach, I just got called to go to the bubble. Holy crap, my boy, this is why we did this. Great job. He's back in the league. Cam gets to the Phoenix Suns. They go undefeated in the bubble. They're the talk of the league. Regular circumstances start coming back around. They start to reacclimate to regular, letting some people come into the arenas. And this particular season, the Phoenix Suns reached the NBA Finals. And they reached the NBA Finals against the Milwaukee Bucks. The Phoenix Suns go up 2-0. Cameron Payne has an incredible game, 29 points a game. I'm watching the NBA Finals, and holy crap, I see this.
And being from Memphis, obviously that grind mentality, that attitude of knowing that, hey, we got to get it done no matter what. I know you've obviously trained here and worked here. Just how much is Memphis, that background that poured into you, how much did that kind of keep you going, knowing, how unpredictable your journey was, and even now that you're here in the finals now trying to win a championship?
Because just being back at the crib, it's kind of like stage one. A lot of people go out to Miami, a lot of people go to LA to get work out with all these different kind of guys. But like sometimes you just got to go back home and try to get it raw. Try to go back to the basics, go back to the beginning. That's what I did. I worked out with Coach Shabazz. He's a big time guy down there in Memphis. And I've been working out with him since I was middle school at Lausanne. So I went back home, tried to get that Memphis back in my game, because I kind of veered away from it. So
to say that I was blown away by this interview that Cam gave was an understatement. I'm still incredibly grateful for him even doing that, even mentioning my name, because in my line of work, that goes such a long way. Now, it's been a couple years since I've been able to train Cam. You know, he's from the Phoenix Suns, he went to Milwaukee, he went to Philly, now he's with the Knicks. And schedules get busy, schedules get hectic, and me, honestly, I don't take it personal. You know, we stay in touch. I've reached out to him several times. Most of the time, when I actually reach out to Cam, he always reaches back. You know, so we've still had an open line of communication. He knows that my door is always open for him to come and train. Now, there have been other stories where a kid will come to me, train. One kid in particular started training when he was 7 years old. This boy trained years. I'm talking about got to his sophomore year of high school and goes to Peach Jam. You're the #1 point guard in America. This kid steals the ball from the #1 player in America, Jalen Green. Matter of fact, Jalen Green is 2 grades above this kid. Steals the ball from him, fast break, boom! Dunks on Jalen Green in front of the entire country to see. Man, how did you get this explosive? How did you get this hot? How did you get all this? Man, I trained with Coach Shabazz. Man, he did it. This type of stuff is what lights me up because my business is spread through word of mouth. COVID hits. I give this particular kid a Vertimax to take home, dumbbells to take home, weights to take home. 2-3 months later passes and it's time to reacclimate, trying to open the gym back up. Everybody's that off season I gave everybody equipment to take home, to train with. I mean, literally, I gave away four $4,000 Vertimaxes for people to train with at home. I gave away all my dumbbells, all of my racks. I mean, not racks, but I gave all of my bars, my plates, everything. I just gave it away so that everybody can have somewhere to train. This particular kid was one that I gave equipment to also. We get ready to reopen, and keep in mind, this kid is training for free. Free. And this is a kid I've been taking care of since he was 7. It's time to reopen the gym, and I reach out to his dad. Hey man, about to reopen. I want to set this kid up. I want to make sure that he has an hour with me by himself. Let's talk about getting his schedule together. Don't hear anything. Now, this isn't the type of dad who doesn't return a message in terms of training for his kid. This dad actually blows my phone up. You know what I mean? But this was strange. So he didn't respond. So I sent him a text. He didn't respond. Keep in mind, they still have my equipment that I gave to them for free, right? Workouts I gave to for free. Yes. I hear from this kid I hear from his dad maybe a week later after not hearing anything. Coach Shabazz, we appreciate everything you've done, but we decided to go in a different direction. This such and such NBA player has taken him under his wing. He won't be training with you anymore. A lot of times when that happens, people try to tell me, Coach Shabazz, don't take it personal. Coach Shabazz, don't take it personal. You tell me, how would I not take it personal? First of all, I'm a person. Second of all, I have not only bent over backwards for you, but so many others. And you screamed your success. This isn't me talking. This is people who I've helped say, man, hey man, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. But then all of a sudden, they flip it. The question was, how does that make me feel? How do you think that makes me feel? You know what I mean? I felt like garbage. It felt used. I felt taken advantage of. Later on, the same dad invites me to this kid's NBA draft party, which was a surprise to me because I hadn't seen or heard her talk to y'all in 2 years at this point now. So I'm reluctant to go to the draft party. I go to this draft party, this beautiful place. I walk in, people everywhere. The kid is sitting here, dad's sitting there, agent's sitting there, another guy, he's sitting there. And I make eye contact with the kid. You know, what's up, big dog? And the kid says to me, one of those. So now I really don't want to be there. So the party goes on, the party progresses, draft comes along. Oh, I'm sorry, not just yet. The night is progressing. I notice I'm standing at the bar. The because it's packed in this bad boy. I don't drink anything, so I ain't going at the bar to drink. So this particular kid, you know, him, the security guard, they get up, they come out of the red thing, the little area where they were sitting, and he's about to walk right past me. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, let me, you know, maybe he didn't see me, whatever. I reach my hand out to speak. What's up, big dog? Good to see you, buddy. Man, just walked right past me, look like I wasn't even there. Looked right in my face, kept on walking. I really should have left at that point, but I didn't. I don't even know why I didn't leave, to be honest. But the question comes again, and the admonishment comes to me, Coach Shabazz, don't take it personal. That's tough. Because when you've gone out of your way for somebody for so long, and that happens, man, it's not a good feeling at all. Another instance. Again, NBA player, this kid becomes the #1 player in the entire country. This is around 2015. And when I tell you that being this joker from the time he was in 10th grade, all I ever heard, a gentleman on the University of Memphis basketball staff reached out to me, Coach Shabazz, I got to tell you about this kid. He's 6'11", he's from out of the States. I don't want to, you know, put it out there like that, but it's not from the States. 6'11", you know, about 170 pounds. He could use your help, your tutelage. I connect with the guy's handler or whatever. We start to train. And the scary thing that happened with this kid was what everybody thought couldn't happen started to happen. He started getting bigger, he started getting stronger, he started getting way faster, he started getting more explosive. The kid had a sweetest jump shot. I mean, just incredible kid. We working out every day, we're going hard. At the time I was training at the Jewish Community Center, he would come up there with me, he would train there with me. I mean, and it was incredible. And all of a sudden I call, hey buddy, we working out today? No answer. We just worked out yesterday. You know, now I'm a little worried, you know, hey buddy, send him a text, hey man, what's going on, everything okay? No response. And that happened, so about a week of that, and I didn't say anything. Just totally ghosted me for about 7 months or so. Senior year rolls around, and now he's getting heavily recruited, #1 player in the country again. But we need you to get bigger, we need you to get stronger. They reached back out to me, and me being who I am, I'm like, you know what? Cool, I'm still gonna help this kid because I just want to. You know what I mean? Great kid, maybe he took some bad advice, whatever. Now keep in mind, I've said all this. This is 3 NBA players now. 3 very similar stories. And I know what some people may be thinking. I'm just gonna put a pin in that thought just for a second. Because the nature of what I do, I am my business, right? The business is me. If I don't do it, it don't get done. If I don't work, I don't get paid, I don't eat. But the thing about me too is that I'm not a transactional person. You know what I mean? Part of what separates me from other trainers is I go out of my way to make sure you understand that you just training with a dude. You training with a good dude. You training with a person. You training with me. You're not just training with a robot who doesn't give a crap about your life. So I made sure that was known to everybody that I trained. Now what wound up happening though, I think, was people started to take advantage of that and take that for granted and say, well, Shabazz is nice, so we can just, you know, show up when we want, do whatever we want. He's not gonna say anything, he's nice, he's caring. But no, I took mental notes of everything that was happening. So all that did was lead me up to the experience where that gave me just experience and a kind of put something on my radar now, you know what I mean? Don't let this happen because it's happened too many times already. Okay, so back to this one particular kid. Now, senior year comes, does his freshman year of college. He's advised not to go to the NBA. He decides to go to the draft anyway. Gets drafted in the first round. Everything's great. Goes to the Sacramento Kings. Incredible. You know, invites me out to Sacramento a couple times to train him for a week or so. You know what I mean? Everything's going great. All of a sudden, you know, I think he gets injured, gets traded to the Portland Trailblazers, okay? Then he gets traded to the Atlanta Hawks. And now me being me, just because I have a relationship with the kid, I'm reaching out to him, hey man, how's you doing? Just checking up on you, everything. And all of a sudden, those text messages stop. Now, the only reason why, again, I will bring this type of things up is when people ask me the question, what is it like to train NBA players? This has been consistent over the past 10 to 12 years or so. And when I see NBA players, NFL players have the same trainers since high school, and they have the same trainers going into, the next level of their lives, the only thing that I can really do is look in the mirror and say, what are you doing wrong? What are you not doing? It's hard to not do that because the common denominator with Quentin Grimes, James Wiseman, Scalabicier, Cameron Payne, Kenny Chandler, Darius Baisley, Elliott Williams, Earl Barron, all of these are NBA guys that I've trained over the years. The common denominator was me, and I was looking at it wrong. I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Remember I said the consistent thing I was saying was don't take it personal. Shabazz, don't take it personal. And I was taking it personal every single time. Every single one of these individuals had their own individual lives. Every one of these individuals had their own entourage. Every one of these individuals have their own agents, have their own handlers. They have people who they listen to. Now, are they grateful for the journey that we had together? I just pointed out where Cam gave me a tremendous shout out during the NBA Finals. I'll never forget when Scal went back to Sacramento one off season, and they spent 7 minutes interviewing him about his body. Rich Paul sent Darius Baisley here specifically to go from 193 pounds to 217 pounds so that he could have a chance to get drafted, and he did that. So what I had to do was look at it like, Shabazz, did you do the job? The answer was always yes. After that, you have no control. Yes? So, what is it like for me to train NBA players? I try not to have the Ike Turner syndrome. Ike Turner was talking to Anime in the diner, and she was talking about, and he said, I don't, or they just gonna leave me like all the rest of these other suckers that I made famous. Now keep in mind, I didn't make anybody famous. No, I didn't make anybody famous. But what I say is the tough thing to swallow sometimes is when you were there for people while they're at a low point in their career and they get to a high point in their career, and then all of a sudden they forget your phone number, or all of a sudden they forgot where things started from, and it's hurting sometimes. But again, what gives me the confidence is knowing that I was able to do it in the first place. And the consolation is never from people saying, Coach Shabazz, good job. The consolation for me comes from me looking back saying, did you do it? Yes. That's all there is to it. After that, it's totally out of your hands. So I know that was drawn out a little bit, but it's not really a simple answer. But from my own experience, that's what it was like. Okay, the next question, this one's always fun. What was it like to train NLE Chopper? Lord Jesus. First off, he's been NLE to you guys since maybe 2018. He's been Bryson to me since he was about 8 or 9 years old. Bryson was in love with basketball, always a knucklehead, always the life of the party, always dancing in the middle of something, always getting in trouble. I threw him out of my weight room so many times. I threw him out of the gym so many times. Mama Chopper, Angela would call me, Shabazz, please just let this boy come back. Oh my God, he's getting on my nerve. He's just dying to come back to your workouts. And I'm like, why is this boy dying to come back to my workouts? And he just raised hell the whole time he's here. What do you mean he wants to come back? But he did, and he loved to hoop, and he wanted to get explosive, and he wanted to get bouncy, and he did. One day I get a phone call from Ange, and she says, "Oh my God, Coach Shabazz, I need to come talk to you." Oh, what's up, Ange? Just come out of the gym. I'll be here. Came in tears. Oh Lord, the boy is saying that he want to do music. He don't want to play basketball. He want to drop out of school. And I'm like, well, maybe it's just a phase. Excuse me. Had no idea that we were both talking about what would become one of the biggest global stars in the entire world. The boy has gone crazy with fashion. The boy has gone crazy with music. The boy is a household name anywhere and everywhere you go. And I'm talking about not just in the States, but in the entire world. But to me, he's Bryson. To Ange, he's Bryson. You know what I mean? And what was it like to train him? He's goofy as heck. He does not like to lift weights, but he wants to get swole. Imagine that. He's a basketball player. So I had to teach him several different variations of different push-ups just to get him pumped. I had to explain to him what a pump is. We would go back and forth a little bit about, because for a long time he's vegan, and making sure that he's getting the right amount of protein, the right amount of carbs, the right amount of calories into his body, and being able to maintain that, the importance of staying hydrated. So that was always a challenge with Bryson, because he was a stickler for his beliefs, wanted to, be vegan, and, very, very, he loves his herbs and his natural remedies. He's crazy about it. He loves it. And every time Bryson comes home, he'll give me a call. What's up, Unc? Can I come to the gym? What's up, Unc? Can this camera crew come to the gym? And I'm like, boy, are we gonna work out or are we shooting a damn video here? And he just busts out that, because me, I'm so behind the scenes, and I'm not no Hollywood camera dude or none of that. I mean, even the podcast is new to me, but I'm here by myself, so it's easy. You know what I'm saying? But with Bryson, it is, it's gonna be him, it's gonna be a couple of his friends, it's gonna be Abel, his camera guy. Love Abel to death. Was a cool experience when he brought Zias in here, trained the two of them together. When you train a global icon, it is tough because he's always on the move. He's always busy. We stay in touch though. I'm always checking with him just to make sure mentally he's okay. Physically, he's taking care of his business. Training Bryson is just like training my nephew, man, because that's what he is to me. I mean, it's fun, always high energy. And believe it or not, he always stays on task because he wants to do it. He wants to train. He's not a prima donna. He's not, coach, I ain't doing that. He always has, always will show me the utmost respect. And I think that comes just from the nature of our relationship where it began. And like I said, he's family, man. So training him, it's a lot of fun. It's a whole lot of fun. All right. The next question: have you ever trained anybody for free? If you have, would you do it again? Okay, so being a nice guy has worked to my detriment in some instances, because a lot of times I'm gonna go out of my way to make sure that what I do is accessible. People would call and text me all around the country, Coach Boss, can you send me a workout to do? What I had to realize was that takes time, that takes my expertise, that takes me demonstrating the knowledge of what I know so that it can help you. And I had to realize that my time is very, very valuable. It took a while for me to really appreciate that concept, because my dad told me a long time ago. He said, Raheem, I can never give you an inheritance. I said, why you say that? He said, because you give it all away. And he was right. But I looked at it as, I just want to help as many people as I can. Once I understood the value of what I was doing, I realized I did have to charge something. But the thing that I wanted to set myself apart was I wanted to give you world-class training for minimal cost. I wanted you to understand that I cared more about you and your work and your result as opposed to me lining my pockets. And I've had that philosophy for years. Would I train for free? Have I trained for free? Yes, I have. I'll give you one extreme case. There was a gentleman, love this guy to death, still training me to this day. We're about 3 years in, and this man has lost over 170 pounds. And has kept 150 of them off, over a 3-year time frame. But he DM'd me and he said, well, Coach Shabazz, I need to talk to you about something very personal. Now, this is not a relationship that we had, we knew each other. He knew my work, I knew his work. I follow him on Twitter. His name is John Varlas. Follow me on Twitter. He knew about my training because he saw the teams I helped and stuff. So he came by the gym and he sat in the parking lot for about 2 hours. I didn't even know that. But he sat there for 2 hours because he was afraid to come in. He finally came in and he said, well, Coach Boz, I want to talk to you about something very personal. And by this point, he was in tears. I'm like, and I didn't understand because we had never talked on this level before. He said, well, Coach, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I almost don't really want to share this story because it's really, really personal. So I want to say it in a way that respects him and his privacy. I have some personal things going on at home, and my work is starting to suffer, and I need to lose this weight. That's how I said it. I said, look, man, be here tomorrow, and I'm not charging you a dime. And his eyes got about that big. Because he couldn't believe that I would do that. A lot of people at the time really thought, and even a lot of people still, all this guy trains is world-class athletes. All he trains is celebrities. All he trains is rappers. All he trains is, and bro, I don't know where that came from at all. Maybe just social media and stuff, that's all people see. But I didn't care. And I'm like, hey man, I just want to help you because this isn't about money for me. We're gonna save your life. We're gonna save your life at home. We're gonna save your own life physically. We're gonna save your life at work. We're going to do that. And we got right to work. And this brother, when I tell you, here's what gives me hope as a strength coach and as a trainer. When you give, it's always rewarded. I gave from my heart. John Varlas gave me everything he got. Meaning, he didn't take one cheat meal. 3 years, he didn't take one. I would say he's maybe taking one around Christmas and Easter. But his cheat meals aren't even cheat meals. Because when he tells me what he ate, I'm like, bro, that's not a cheat meal at all. But okay, cool, good job. So, and over the years, when I say, I mean, years of him just showing up every day, never made any excuse. If he had to miss, he let me know. And John Varlas just was the epitome of consistency and hard work. He was 54 years old when he started. He's a white male, 54 years old. He's already behind the 8 ball, meaning that he's not in a good, time isn't on his side. His metabolism is slowing down. Testosterone levels are dropping. All of this stuff is happening physiologically because of where he is in his life. I knew that. His mindset was, I can't build muscle because I'm over 50. I could give you a rundown. No, I'm going to do that. First of all, he lost 170 pounds. Second, John Varlas could not squat 65 pounds. That's the bar and a 10 on each side. I could pull up video of my man doing box squats now. 315 pounds, 365 pounds, 405 pounds. Yeah, my man John Varlas did that. He could barely bench 95 pounds. I have video and proof that John Varlas is now benched over 250 pounds. He's gotten 275 pounds. We got close to doing 300. Got really close. But the thing is though, he was ridiculously consistent. And somebody like that, I mean, nicest guy I've ever met in real life. I mean, nicest man, nicest human being ever. And he was dedicated. And I wanted to keep my word to John Varlas because I told him, I said, look, man, I'm not charging you a dime because an extreme case like that, I will go out of my way for it. Now, somebody telling me, Coach Boz, I was going over my financial plan and I feel like, you know, I shouldn't have to pay you for training anymore because it's just not working out financially for me feasibly. But I still want to come and train and work out. Here's the mistake that I made. I allowed that because, again, I just want to help. And this individual, I helped them lose 97 freaking pounds. We're close to losing 100 pounds. And And then all of a sudden we get comfortable. And it bothered me so much because I'm like, you know what? If I continue to hold this joker accountable financially, then they would feel more of a sense of urgency to get here and work. I mean, that could be the case, but you know, sometimes it's just not. Some people are just motivated to keep going. Some people just constantly look for excuses. Not saying that this was the case with this person, but the thing was, I gave them an out. And I call myself looking out for them, but I didn't really feel good about that at all because I almost don't even really want to get into that one because it's a little bit upset, to be perfectly honest. Because again, like I said, people tell me all the time, Shabazz, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Bro, I can't help it because you're a person, I'm a person. I care whether you live or die. Part of my job is making sure that if you go to the doctor's office and they give you a freaking death sentence just about, you come to me and we make sure that that death sentence is put on hold for another 40 or 50 years by changing our lifestyle, changing our habits, changing our eating habits, you know what I'm saying? The whole nine. So that's my role in your life. When you come to me, that's my role. It's not transactional. But what I had to learn how to do is turn the personal side down just a little bit, turn my business side way up, and create stipulations that if you're not willing to meet, then no, you can't take advantage of what I'm doing. And when you do that, a lot of times when you draw a line in the sand, when you've given so much, and this is in life. This is not just with business. This is in life. This is life and business. You give. And all of a sudden, hold on, bro. I done gave a whole lot. I'm gonna draw this line. Now I'm only gonna give so much. Okay? Now the person that's been receiving the whole time, what are they gonna say? But you done gave me this much. You done gave all this time. Why you tripping now? I didn't tell you to give that. Now you just showed me what value what I do and what we've been doing all this time really holds to you. That's okay, because now I see. And I see you. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna say this too. I'm not the perfect trainer. I'm not the perfect boss. I'm not the perfect man. I'm not the perfect person. And have I made mistakes along this journey as a trainer, as a strength coach, as an entrepreneur? Hell yeah, I have. But at the same time, nobody wants to feel taken for granted or taken advantage of. And when I found myself, it looked like I was being taken advantage of, I did something about it. And it wasn't personal. Yeah. Now the shoes on the other foot. It wasn't personal. It was business. So I made a business decision. Everybody pays. Everybody pays on time. Everybody's held accountable. And we're gonna step our game up. No love lost. You roll with me, keep rolling with me, or not. And as a result, here we are. The business is still rocking and rolling. Clients still rocking and rolling in, and we still getting the work done. So, like I said, I had to learn. I was giving a lot of myself, and I did that for a long time. I did. But it got to a point where I'm like, you know what? If my peace of mind is being broken up because I'm giving too much of myself here at this is my sanctuary. This is what I do. You know what I mean? This is what I love to do. And if something is starting to rattle that to the point where I don't want to walk through these doors, I got to do something. I got to do something about it. And I did. So, have I trained for free before? Yes. Would I do it again? I would. The circumstances had to be extreme. And it'll only be short term. It'll be with stipulations, for sure. And, you know, I don't want to ever feel like, again, that I've been taken advantage of or taken for granted, because that's not a good feeling, especially when you give as much as I give. So, hey man, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Check this out. Look, I'm trying to get SHAPODCAST to a whole new level. I need you to share this. I need you to spread the word. I need you to get your boy up to 1,000 subscribers. That's the benchmark. I'm close to halfway there. Also, Raheem Shabazz 3800. That's the YouTube page. Team Shabazz 1. That's the Instagram. If you want to donate to SHAPODCAST for more episodes, more content, Shabazz Raheem is the Cash App. Coach Shabazz is the Venmo. Donate whatever you want to donate. I really appreciate it. And again, man, a lot of the things that I've experienced through my journey as a strength coach and as a trainer is a lot of things that I know can help all of us in our lives. There will be ups, there will be downs, there will be times where you give a lot of yourself. Never expect it in return. Here's what I mean, and I mean that. Ooh, I just learned that here recently. Give, because God blesses and rewards the giver. But the key to it is God does the rewarding, not man. You got to remember, and I had to remember, when you give that much as you give, never, ever, ever expect the same thing in return, because you're setting yourself up for great disappointment. So give because you want to give. You know, do the things from the heart because you want to do them from the heart. Don't let anybody take your pearls and treat them like they're nothing. Don't ever cast your pearls before swine. And understand that our purpose for doing what we do, while people are gonna benefit, you might even benefit, of course you are, but we don't do it for ourselves. We do it for the one who gave us the gift to do what we do in the first place. Hey man, I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. I didn't get to all the questions, but on the next episode, I will. Oh, listen, my next 3 guests, 3 that have committed to this podcast. Recording artist, White Sosa, country artist extraordinaire, rap artist extraordinaire. My man has over 120 million streams worldwide. My man, Your Honor, Paul Young, the mayor of the city of Memphis. Young Mayor just finished his first year of his term, doing incredible things in the city. And my man, I already mentioned him during this conversation, New York Knicks point guard Cameron Payne. We talk about it all the time together, talk about our journey together and his journey in the NBA. And y'all just stick with your boy, man. I really, really appreciate y'all time. Thank you again. And as always, I'm Coach Shabazz. I love y'all.